Are Leeds United a better side without Calvin Phillips today or a better side with him? It's a massive question, but a huge question I'm going to be answering in today's video. Because, of course, Leeds United have had a tremendous transformation this transfer window and a tremendous window so far. But they've also lost Calvin Phillips and Rafinha, but with some tremendous additions as well. But for me, Leeds United are by far better off without Calvin Phillips right now. Yes, that is a bold statement, I do understand, but don't worry, I'll be backing it up with some huge reasons, because with any huge claim like that, you need some big reasons to back it up. Because for me, Leeds United have had some things that they've needed to address for some time. Lack of quality, especially Premier League quality, lack of depth, and bringing in especially some more Premier League quality players. And these are some quality players they brought in. Marc Rocca, Rasmus Kristensen, Brenden Aaronson, and Tyler Adams today. They brought in 4 players just from the sale of the likes of Calvin Phillips. And they're also bringing in Luis Sinisterra. And if you look at it, of course, Calvin Phillips had deserved this move to Manchester City. He is one of the best defensive midfielders in the league. He is an English international and should be starting for England consistently. He is one of the best defensive midfielders in the league and does not get the credit he deserves. But bringing in that kind of money for Calvin Phillips has completely transformed this Leeds United side. Because for me, for some time, Leeds United have needed to address this issue. They've never had the right quality. We've seen it last year and throughout COVID when they've had so many injuries. They didn't have good enough players back it up or rotational wise. And now you're looking at what Jesse Marsch is going to implement in this system. He's going to need rotation. He's going to need quality and depth. Jesse Marsch loves to play the 4-2-2, where he has 2 6s sitting, holding the midfield, 2 10s, and of course 2 number 9s. His 2 6s are of course going to be Tyler Adams and the likes of Marc Rocca, which is absolutely brilliant because these are 2 players who have UCL quality, Champions League pedigree. This is a player in Tyler Adams who is of course coming from Red Bull Leipzig. He's moving away from a Champions League side, a top 3 side in the Bundesliga, to come play for Leeds United. Yes, this could be extremely a interesting move from Leeds, as we've seen in the Premier League. Bundesliga players sometimes don't transform and switch very easily. Sometimes it takes them a lot of time, which could be detrimental to Jesse Marsch's system, as he needs those number 6s to fit in very well. But he also has Marc Rocca. Coming from a team like Bayern Munich, and he hasn't exactly fit for Bayern Munich, he has earned himself a very good transfer to Leeds United. Like I said, that Bundesliga situation, who knows how it could go, but he needs these number 6s to click immediately. But like I said, they didn't have much quality or depth and quality before for Leeds United, and getting these 2 players means they have more depth. They have the likes of Click, who right behind them, they have Jamie Shackleton and also Adam Forshaw. And it is brilliant business to have more rotation, more depth, and just a lot more quality by bringing those 2 players to adapt and hold the 6. But you also have Brenden Aaronson who comes into this midfield, and he brings you so much as the number 10. Because he's a true number 10, but he's not really a goal scorer, or which is what Leeds United fans want. A guy who can get them off their seats, a guy who can score goals and really do it for them. He's more of a creator, a guy who can thread the ball in the final third. And with the 2 number 10s, it's going to be very interesting to see who is going to be placed who on one of the other sides. As of course there's Dan James and Jack Harrison, but of course for me it should be Jack Harrison. And of course, Leeds United are sitting very well for number 10s. Rodrigo can play there. You got Tyler Roberts. You got Helder Costa, Dan James, and of course Brenden Aaronson. This midfield has been transformed in a completely new way over this summer, and that is due to the sale of Calvin Phillips. Yes, he's one of the best players in the Premier League at his position. Yes, he is huge to this Leeds United fan base, this club, and everything this club means. But the sale of Calvin Phillips means that this Leeds United team has been able to completely transform overnight. Like I said, bringing in those number 6s that are completely humongous to this Jesse Marsch side, bringing in Brenden Aaronson, and bringing in as well Rasmus Kristensen, as well as Luis Sinisterra, who is a player that's going to tremendously fit into this side. You're bringing in 4 brand new midfielders as well as a forward. Yes, Luis Sinisterra is a wide player, but Jesse Marsch plays with 2 10s So who knows? Maybe Jesse Marsch decides to switch up formations. He goes to Jack Harrison and Luis Sinisterra on wings. Who knows? He could go for 4-2-3-1, but he does love that 4-2-2-2. So it's going to be very interesting to see what formation Jesse Marsch does decide to go into this next season with, especially having a full preseason. But I have to address this as well. Today, after Tyler Adams was signed, I've seen so much hate on this transfer. I've also seen so much love and appreciation. But you have to, I've seen also people saying he's a number 6 with his height at 5'8". Yes, he is a bit on the smaller side. But Tyler Adams is a brilliant midfielder. I'm a Canadian, of course. I'm a Canadian men's national team fan. I hate the U.S. mentee with a extreme passion. But out of all of the players for the U.S. mentee, Leeds United have got the only 2 that I extremely appreciate and like and am afraid to play for Canada. I think Tyler Adams is the most underrated player in CONCACAF. I think he's extremely talented and he's never gotten the praise he deserves. And I think getting a move to Leeds, he's going to show his quality in the Premier League. He's going to get more eyes on him and he is going to show what he's got. Yes, at the Bundesliga at Red Bull Leipzig, he showed what he had, but you don't have the same eyes on you as you do in the Bundesliga. The media is not on you, the press. He's at a bigger side in Leeds United, in my opinion. The history, the fan base, the club. He's going to be backed extremely well by this team. And going to the side is massive. Especially being backed so heavily by the manager as well is going to help him as well. But this transfer is huge. I don't want to see... It's going to be annoying to see people downplay this Tyler Adams transfer because this is a brilliant deal. To bring in a man who can dictate the midfield, who can play a pass, who can spread it around. I know a lot of people are going to be saying about the U.S. mentee or what I just said. Well, Christian Eriksen, Christian Pulisic, Wes McKennie. For me, those players have been absolutely nothing to the U.S. mentee and have not done squat for their club. Brendan Aaronson and Tyler Adams are terrific buys, and no one can tell me different. Because I'm a Manchester United fan. I despise Leeds United, and I have a little bit of soft spot because one of my good friends is from Leeds and is a diehard Leeds United fan. And even as a neutral, if you're any kind of neutral fan, you can't shy away and look at what Leeds United are doing in Baton Eye. They've done tremendous business this summer, and for me, they are far better off selling Calvin Phillips and cashing in on him than keeping him in the lineup. That is how I want to phrase it. Because yes, of course, I'd be shaking your hand off and keeping Calvin Phillips and still buying these 4 players. But you can't do that. There has to be that trade-off. And it helps so much more that Leeds United have been able to bring in 4 players and keep so much quality. You look at right back now with Rasmus Kristensen. You now have Rasmus Kristensen and Luke Ayling at right back. Are you kidding me? Luke Ayling is one of the best defensive fullbacks in the Premier League. His tackling, his quality, he's still good at going forward. And everyone loves Luke Ayling at Leeds United. But also having the depth with Rasmus Kristensen and Luke Ayling there now has tremendous rotation. This team is going to keep getting better, especially Luis Sinisterra coming in. But for me, that sale of Calvin Phillips absolutely transformed Leeds United this summer. And there's going to be extremely a lot more coming because it looks like they're also bidding on Charles de Ketelaere, which is going to make me say Leeds United have had the best summer in the Premier League. I got to leave it there, guys. Calvin Phillips being sold and out of the squad is better for Leeds United now, and they are a better team today without Calvin Phillips than they were before. This is an exciting summer for Leeds United and the fans and the club, but they're going to keep improving. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Hit that like button, drop a sub, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Peace!